Oh snap, it's nothing like. What's going on, folks? It's your man Jay, and it's time to talk about the OnePlus 8T 5G. This device is a device that I picked up about a week ago or so, maybe a little under a week, 6 days, 7 days, something like that, you know. But we're going to talk about it, man. I've been using it on T-Mobile, and it's been good. I can't front. Again, sometimes with OnePlus, the only question is not so much the software, it's the cameras. So we'll get to the cameras though. But I wanted to talk about the phone itself and my experience with it. And one area that I want to touch on, man, this thing just flies through the menus. But this is a feature-packed device, man. Customizations and everything right out of the box. You don't have to do much. You don't have to add anything, launchers, nothing like that. The software is off the charts. It's 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage. You don't need an SD card from this device. I mean, it's just rolling right along. It's a great device when it comes to the software. Now, another area that I think is really impressive is the display. Now, you know, I was testing a video. Let me just show you how that looks on this beautiful immersive display. Let's check it out. Now, isn't that immersive? That is full screen at its best. The camera hole, depending on what you're watching on the top up there, it kind of just disappears. I kind of forget about it when I'm watching content because I'm watching it in full screen, and it is just absolutely fantastic, man. The screen is beautiful on this phone, man. I mean, I've pretty much liked a lot of the OnePlus devices, almost all. The 3T was my favorite OnePlus device. Everybody knows that if you've been following me long enough. The 3T is my favorite device of them all. But, you know, in the end, you know, all these devices are getting so good and the prices are coming down slowly, but they're kind of teetering around 5 to 8, you know, in that range. And you can get a really solid device. But this device right here, the screen is absolutely immersive. It's fantastic. Totally, when you start to match up value, and I'll get to that in a minute, this screen is on point. Now, another area that I'm extremely impressed with is the battery life. Now, the battery life on this thing, I've charged it twice in the 6 days of having it, I believe, 5 days, I believe, or something like that. It sips battery like an iPhone when it's on standby. Sometimes when I get the device, I start the standby drain test first, or I'll just use it and do a drain test afterwards. And I kind of did a combination with this device right here, using it sometimes, letting it sit for 10 hours, then coming back and checking. And the battery sipped over a maybe 8-hour period. Like if you was going to be at work and you didn't touch your phone, and it was literally just screen off in your pocket or at your desk or your office, moving around, whatever, you shouldn't lose. I didn't lose more than like 2 or 3% or 2% or so. And that is good battery. And it sips, and it does really, really good. So I feel like when it comes to battery life on the OnePlus 8T 5G, because I've been using it on 5G. Let's see if I can get to look at that. I've left it on 5G the entire time, and I didn't turn on Wi-Fi only to set it up. That's the only time I had turned on Wi-Fi. So these battery numbers that you're getting are strictly 5G, and I think that's it's not the fastest 5G, obviously, but it's fast enough. 50, 60 down. It's nowhere near some of the speeds that they're saying 200-300, but at the same time, all I'm doing is streaming content. So, you know, I'm not losing anything. And when I need to download something, most of the time I can download it on the go and it's pretty fast. So, but nonetheless, those battery tests are done over 5G and I'm extremely impressed with it. I don't have a doubt in my mind that you should get good battery with this thing. No doubt whatsoever. I have no doubt. Now, performance, obviously, with 12 gigs of RAM, the Snapdragon 865, I believe it has in here. Let me double check. It does have the 865, yeah. It's packed with a lot of features, and I think that OnePlus, they're known for packing up their devices and trying to give you the lowest price possible. This having the Snapdragon 865 with 12 gigs of RAM, it's just it's a beast mode performing device. Like, you'll never run out of 12 gigs of RAM. You're gonna have to be pushing it super hard on like loading up a whole bunch of stuff to probably kill off and make this phone feel sluggish. Because you think about it, some computers have, like, most MacBooks have 8 gigs. I know it's a different territory of RAM, but the point is, having a bunch of RAM on a smartphone, it really isn't necessary. I mean, once you get to about 8 or so, you're still totally fine. But having 12 gigs on here it's been beast mode, man. I mean, this thing is absolutely great, man. The performance, speedy, flies, it's everything you want it to be in your day-to-day tasks. Now let's get to the cameras. I stepped on the back porch and I shot a couple photos, and I took a quick little snippet of video around real quick. Nothing. It's 30 something degrees out, 40 degrees outside, so I'm not staying out there too long. But I just did a real brief camera little clip, and now I'll let you see what some of those photos came out like. And I also took some portraits and everything right here, so you'll see those too. Let's check them out. All right, so what do you think about the camera quality on the OnePlus devices? I mean, these cameras, OnePlus phones are not known for having the best cameras. In my experience, I always tend to, they overhype the cameras and the cameras disappoint in some way or another. But I think these cameras aren't bad. They're not bad at all. They're not flawless, but no phone camera really can touch the Pixel cameras, in my opinion. So, trying to match these against the Pixel, in some areas, the Pixel does way better than other phones. And in some areas, some of the phones do better than the Pixel. And this device right here, I don't think it's really touching the Pixel when it comes to certain photos, but it's still good enough for everyone in the world to use if they decide to have this as their main smartphone. I'm just really picky about comparing everything to the Pixel devices because I feel like those take the best photos. And even video now has gotten extremely good, a lot better on the Pixel devices. So this phone, while it's good, it's nothing spectacular. It's nothing that's, oh my gosh, it's nothing that's made me say, oh snap. It's nothing like that. So, but it's not bad though. It's not horrible. So, you decide what you think about the cameras. Day to day, man, overall, this is not a hard phone to review. I mean, I'm only 5 days, 6 days in, but the point is, stock Android is where I love to use Android devices. And, this is no exception. It is a fast flowing device and it's just good, period. I don't have to make a long drawn out video. That's the OnePlus 8T 5G in 8 minutes or less, possibly. I hope I did. It's your man Jay. See you in the next one. Take care.